I just read this super inspiring quote. I'm not gonna remember it exactly, but it was along the lines of making art, anything creative, like do it the way that you want it. You want to do it like so far the way that you like to do it. I'm gonna butcher this quote entirely. Basically, do your art or your creative outlet so far into what you enjoy that people who aren't really into that are gonna absolutely hate it because you are so far into it. Apparently there was like an art teacher in high school, and the art teacher was like, I don't really like these elements that you're using, but my biggest critique about this art piece is that I don't absolutely hate it. I just kind of sort of dislike it. I'm never really gonna like these elements that you've included into your art, but I can see that you do use these elements so much that I absolutely despise it, because you're never gonna win me over with these elements that you're using in your art. But you need to make the sort of art that you want, so that wins you over, and that drives me absolutely crazy that you're using these things that I despise so much. So, I haven't brushed my teeth today. My hair is a mess. I am massively sleep deprived, and I came out here because I wanted to check on the chickens. You can hear them here. Let me turn this around to show you. It is really hot out right now. It's almost 90 degrees. Actually, over the hot pavement, it showed as 94 degrees. So I came out here to check on them. Their water clearly needs to be replaced. I'm actually gonna go grab some ice to put in their water to cool it down. We don't have a great cooling system in the coop. So while I'm doing this, spaghetti brain all over the place because I have not slept very much at all. Come on, I really need to cover that license plate. All that to say, it inspired me to go ahead and just make the videos that I want to make. I kind of need to keep being like re-inspired to do that. Let's put you down here. So let's see if I actually have the guts to put this one up. But one of the reasons that I like making videos. You didn't see that? You probably saw that. One of the reasons I like making videos is because I like being able to kind of like look back in time at what my life was like, you know, a year ago or whatnot. And in the moment, it always just seems like, why am I even recording this? This is silly. This is just daily life. But then, like, the videos that I have up of me when, from last summer, where I have my toddler who's just a baby at the time. Like, those videos were so hard for me to do, and they were so low quality, but I love them every time. You know, I don't look at them terribly often, but every time that I do, I'm just like, I'm so glad I put that up there. And like, the imperfections over time, like, do just like add to it. It's like, oh yeah, I remember doing that one in my robe, because if I didn't just film the video right then at like 2 in the morning in my robe, then it was just not gonna happen. So I decided to do the video. And like, I'm proud of myself for doing that. I know it's a strange choice and not everyone would make that choice, and maybe not everyone would like that video, but I like it, you know? And so I was just re-inspired to make the stuff that I actually like. So I was like, I'm a mess. I am massively sleep deprived. I'm not feeling great, but it is hot. Gotta take care of the chickens, rain or shine, or heat or cold, because they are reliant on us. I got a bucket of ice. Apparently it wasn't recording when I thought it was recording, so I have no idea what it actually captured, but let's just move on. Whatever. We are still getting the hang of how much chickens eat. I grew up with feeding chickens like all of your kitchen scraps, and I tried doing that with these chickens, and then one of them got super sick. So I started asking around and trying to figure out what could result in him being this sick. And they were all like, oh, nutrition deficiency. And I'm like, what? Don't you just feed them scraps and grower feed? Doesn't that work? And they're all like, no. So because I'm not able to free range these chickens, then, all right, move guys. We'll just start with this. There you go. hungry chickens. All right, I'm just gonna bring the whole rest of the bag. I was having trouble scooping it out. I got myself all wet and dirty. You guys, there's feed over here. You know what? There we go. Now that chickens are taken care of, in theory, I could go inside and nap. In practice, it is really hot out and my plants have not been watered yet. And some of them were not watered yesterday either. So, days like this, I'm usually like, well, I'm already out here. I'm already all dirty and inconvenienced. Why not just actually take care of the plants too? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let me show you my plants. This was the site of our old compost pile. And we moved the compost pile, and then this squash popped up, and I got all happy about that. And then we found these potatoes in some raised bed soil, and so I transplanted them here, and I made a potato patch. So we've got more potatoes coming up here, there. I just found some more sprouted potatoes just yesterday in my toddler's toy bin. So I'm gonna try to plant them because why not? Look at how wilty that is getting. So yeah, I don't know if it would have lasted if I didn't come out here and water. Hopefully it recovers. But yeah, hopefully there will be potatoes all throughout this patch. I'm worried about this plant. It's gonna need a ton of water. And this squash plant is just going nuts. I'm so curious what type of squash it is. It's most likely either zucchini or yellow squash. I'm hoping for yellow squash because we already have 2 for sure zucchini plants. So we'll see. I really do want to get a drip hose over here. I haven't managed to figure out how. We only just got this hose. Even just like 2 weeks ago, I was still watering all this via watering can. So it's all a work in progress. And like, sometimes people see my setup and they're like, why don't you just blah, blah, blah? Like, it would be so easy. And I'm like, well, because I just now managed to get it to this point. Like, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, that should be my answer to everything now. It's just like, because Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm doing what I can in a day. I know I keep mentioning so little sleep, but that's what keeps coming to mind. Like, I just can't function. Also add that it's unhealthy to try to function on so little sleep that you're not even getting a 2-hour block of sleep at night. Oh, look at my blueberries. I've got to show you this. Check out this bush. Look at all of those delicious ripe blueberries. I got this from Costco, this blueberry bush. This was to a pinwheel that my toddler took out. It's still in the original pot. I wish I had put it in the ground, but I didn't have room for it, and I still don't have room for it. We are trying to get our raised beds sorted out. So my phone stopped recording because it got too hot. Got blueberry in my teeth. The blueberries were amazing, by the way. And so I just have been watering, and I wanted to show you something. I have been planting rhubarb. These are rhubarb seeds, and like 2 of them just came out. First time saying that. I'm just kind of leaving it like this. Now, rhubarb is really interesting because it's been my most successful plant that I'm selling in my area. These are small rhubarb starts that were from cutting, not from seed. And the importance of that is that rhubarb doesn't actually produce true to type via seed. So those seeds are going to be kind of, even though they're technically like Victoria rhubarb, they're going to each be a little bit different. And so it's a bit of a toss-up what we get. These are all going to be the same. And these are actually from a gigantic rhubarb plant on an old homestead. My parents bought a property, and the old homestead had this gigantic rhubarb plant. So I got a lot of divisions from it. And if you come over here, I'll show you. I have some more. So these are all the same type too. I'm just kind of calling it homestead rhubarb. Here's all my tomato plants that are in pots because I do not yet have raised beds for them. I thought I would by this point. Okay, so here's some more of the homestead type rhubarb. But over here, This, you see how this looks different? And it's bigger because it's just more well established. But I've got these to sell, and then these that I've planted over here. I am fighting a battle with earwigs at the moment. So these big plants in between are rhubarb. Actually, this one, I didn't realize because I was new to dividing them, but this actually should have been like at least 3, if not 4 or 5 different plants. So I'm probably gonna divide that more. Got some radishes here that because of the heat are probably gonna bolt, but I've heard that you can also eat radish seed pods, and I've been eating some of the greens. So we'll just see, it's all an experiment. My lemon balm is very sad. I think it needs a deeper container, but thankfully it's pretty hard to kill. So I started all of this from seed. I'm really proud of myself. It was 4 years of attempting to start this from seed. This was the first year I was successful. So, and my first year trying raspberries. Not raspberries, strawberries. I need sleep. So yes, I am going off to sleep now. Bye.